Good afternoon and welcome to City Hydro Leek Grow-A-Long day number 3 and 4. And we're combining a couple days with the slower germinating plants, microgreens. And so we're going to go into day 5. So on day 4, you're just basically going to do the very same thing you did on day 3 with the watering and inspection of the tray and everything. So I wanted to talk a little bit about these tweezers that I have. I got these tweezers on Amazon Prime. They're called giant tweezers. They're amazing. The chefs use them a lot for moving things around on plates today. We always had tongs. We never had these huge tweezers. I wish we did. These are really good for moving things around in the tray. So like if something happened in the tray and I had to move one of the pads around, I use these tweezers to move it around. So I just kind of stick it down inside the tray here and then shift around the pad and stuff like that, move it around a little bit. If I have to pick anything out of the tray, I use the tweezers. If I had any mold in there, I use these tweezers. They're just a really good thing to have. I have a couple pair of them here in the grow operation. Really nice to have. Okay, so look a little bit at the tray here. We're getting a little bit of root growth, the root growth is starting to pop up, so we're getting some little roots in here. Let me zoom in and show you what's going on inside the tray here. And there you can see the little white caps. They look really cool, huh? Popping out of the black. Looks amazing. Pretty soon there'll be a whole bunch of them there in the tray. The pads are really moist looking. Everything's nice. So it's basically a 30-second Earl Schreiber paint job again. So back and forth, up and down, back and forth, back and forth. And I see an issue here, and I'm going to zoom in and show it to you because I'm going to fix it. So every once in a while, try to align it here so you can see it. Take out the whole pad, it'll be easier. So every once in a while, the water will slosh up on the seeds and you'll get this little indentation where the water pushed the seeds up. Don't worry about that. Just take your finger and lightly brush it back and fill in that corner nicely like that. It works just fine. It'll be fine. There'll be no issues. And then I'll put it back in the tray. But that happens because I get a little bit too excited. Use my tweezers here to move that pad back a little bit. I get a little excited when I'm moving the trays around, taking them off the shelf and everything. That little bit of water sloshed up there and push those seeds off to one side, and it's fine. I fixed it. So, again, I'm going to finish up my little bit of watering here. Make sure that I got all the corners. Okay. And again, you want to water when you bring it down here. You don't want to water up on the rack because I'm telling you what happens up on the rack is you got your lid like this. And what happens is people open it up just a little bit like this and they spray a little bit in here like this and then they close the lid and they move on. You're not getting that watering you should be. You're not going to get that germination rate you should be. You're not going to get those amazing looking microgreens like you should be when you take the tray down and you put it on the table and you do your watering down here. So again, it's that Earl Schreiber paint job for 10 seconds on the lid. Cover it up. It'll go back up on the germination rate rack. Again, this is City Hydro Leek Grow-A-Long day 3 and 4. I'd like to thank everybody for their support. Have a great day and happy growing.